Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel and this week's Bike Quick Talks. So what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about kids bikes, and we're doing Kids Bike 101 and what the deal is with all those kids bike out there. But before we get on to today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure that little bell icon next to that is checked. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of these awesome Bike Quick Talks, tutorials, reviews, and of course rides we do on this channel, because there's all sorts of fun stuff. So, right into kids bikes here. What is the deal with kids bikes? Why are there so many different sizes out there, and what do they all even mean? Well, we're gonna go ahead and start way back at the beginning here. Back at the beginning, you can have first two choices when you start to get your kid a bike to start learning how to ride. So this is your first option here. This one here is a 12-inch tire with training wheels. Everybody knows training wheels. Training wheels have been around for forever. Basic way, everybody, a lot of them, pretty much majority of people, use training wheels to teach the kid how to ride a bike. Your other option would be something called a balance bike. And those, man, I'd say that come of popularity probably in the last like 10 years or so. Essentially, those have no pedals, no training wheels, and they're a lot lower to the ground. That way the kid can straddle the bike and actually kind of push themselves along with their feet. And when they get going fast enough and get comfortable, they can lift their feet off the ground and can coast and slide on the balance bike while balancing and make sure it stays upright. So is there a benefit to each of them? Talk about that in a later video, all about between training wheels and balance bikes. But yes, balance bike in general lets the kid learn how to balance. Skips this whole part of having training wheels, being able to ride their bike while not having to worry about balance, and later on having to learn about balance. So, I mean, there are pluses and minuses to them. Again, talk about it in a later video, a lot more in depth, but that's gonna be a basic to it right there. Next up from there, you have a lot of different options. I'm sure you've seen them if you have a kid and you've been to Walmart. You have stuff from 12-inch, you have 14-inch, 16-inch, 18-inch, and 20-inch, and 24-inch. Why are there so many sizes? Well, a lot of the smaller sizes, like a 12, a 14, 16, 18, that's all a lot based on how big your kid is when you first get them into riding. Most of those bikes gonna come with training wheels on them. That's because they're based on how old your kid and how tall your kid is, because guess what? Kids are different heights as they grow up, and when they start to ride, they might be a different height. So with those different sizes, just depends when your kid gets into riding. So in my case, 12-inch wheel, my daughter barely fits on this bike, but she does fit on the bike. She's getting to the point where she can start to pedal around. Next bike we get for her, probably gonna be like a 16 or an 18, which will be pretty much when she gets a little taller if she needs that. So a lot of people go, from a 12 to 16 to a 20, or a 14, 18, 20, just depending how old they are really, and where you can find a bike at. For instance, this is 10 bucks at Goodwill. Can't beat that. So 10 bucks at Goodwill versus $100 at Walmart, you're gonna buy a bike for 10 bucks. Just how it works. So then after you get past all those teens, you get to your 20-inch bike. 20-inch bike, that's the one that's gonna stick with them for a long, long time. That's about the point where they start to kind of level off a little bit before they start to hit their big growth spurt into the bigger bikes. 20-inch, you're gonna find BMX bikes. A lot of times they're no longer come with training wheels, because by that time, hopefully they have ridden a bike and can balance on a bike. You can get training wheels still for a 20-inch bike, but they don't generally come with them anymore. So you can get 20-inch, that's what's generally gonna last them a long, long time. And those are gonna be the biggest ones you'll find on, like at my Walmart, most Walmarts I've seen, they have two sides of the racks. On one side's all kids bikes, the other side's adult bikes. The 20-inch is gonna be the last one you'll find on that kids bike side of the racks there. Generally gonna be the one that's all fun, Disney, whatever you wanna call it. That's gonna be your biggest bike. Your 20-inch bike is gonna stick with them the longest. So make sure you get them a decent 20-inch bike. That's gonna be one that they'll ride for a long time, and one that you can keep for a long time and have your other kids or pass it on to someone else, because it's gonna be a bike they're gonna have for a long, long time. After a 20-inch, you gotta jump right up to a 24-inch. 24-inch is a little bit bigger of a tire. At that point, you're starting to get into mountain bikes or beach cruisers. You can have a 24-inch wheel. 24-inch, really it's just one step, as they're not quite big enough to ride a 26-inch comfortably with the seat all the way down, and they're too big to ride a 20-inch, and the 20-inch just isn't fitting for them anymore. They're looking to do more riding than they can do on a 20-inch. That's when you get a 24-inch. Pretty simple, mountain bike style. It's gonna be a smaller size that you find on the other side of the racks. After that, 26-inch, you're up to mountain bikes right here. I made a whole video about 26, 27.5, and 29ers. You can take a look right up in the corner here. I made a whole video all about that, pluses and minuses, what they all mean. So you can take a look at that one there. That explains that everything above a 24-inch, a lot more on that point. But that's pretty much the basics for kids' bikes. It just really depends how tall your kid is and what your kid feels comfortable on. generally, I recommend just heading over to your local Walmart, trying out bikes there. At that age, if you want to get them a Walmart bike, that's a great time to do it. Anything up to that 20-inch, snag a Walmart bike. Even for a 20-inch, you can snag a good Walmart bike that'll last a long time with the proper care and maintenance. So I recommend that. Take them there, have them try different bikes, see what they can actually ride or what they feel comfortable on and what actually looks comfortable to them, and then go from that point on. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love chatting with you guys. Love answering any questions you guys have. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching today.